Hello. Hello, beautiful souls. I'll wait for some people to jump on. Happy Sunday to everyone, and happy whatever version of the now it is when you find this on the replay. Hello, got somebody on here. Welcome. Yeah. Hello, got a couple people. Jump in the chat if you want. Say hello. Hello, Justine. Hello, got a couple more. Hi, guys. Happy Sunday. Whoo. Hello, Christina. I'm happy to be here with you guys today. Hello, Ancient Player. Yes, love that. Love the I call them emoticons. I'm not sure what the actual name for them is. Hello, Scarlett. Hi, guys. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Or whatever day it is when you are finding this recording. Hello, Eli. Yeah, it's been an interesting morning so far. I didn't get much sleep last night. Hello, Valoria. I found out there is such a thing as pregnancy carpal tunnel. And so that was really fun this morning. Bless the hands here. Forgot to do that. Yeah, so as a massage therapist for part of my work, that's going to be a fun one to navigate and work with. So that kept me up this morning, had me up nice and early. You're going to work? You're at work. I love that. Yeah, if you can sneak it, just don't get yourself in trouble, Valoria. Hello, Amber. Hi. Oh, it's great to see you. Yeah, pregnancy carpal tunnel. That's right. Yeah, my right hand kept going numb while I was trying to sleep this morning. Yeah. So pregnancy does all kinds of strange things to your bodies, guys. I mean, for those who haven't been pregnant before, such as myself, it's quite a rude awakening sometimes when you realize literally every system of your body goes crazy. And so it's for all of the women out there who are pregnant during the ascension, it's just energies upon energies and changes upon changes to navigate. Hello, Jody. Yeah. So it is what it is. Had to watch you eating your sandwich at lunch. Oh, beautiful. Yes. Get that sustenance, girl. How is everyone else doing this morning? So we always look for the opportunity in everything, right? And so the opportunity here is for me to now begin understanding how it is that I can practice better self-care. And so I'm already in the process of booking myself a massage. Massage therapists should have massage therapists anyway, right? And I'm looking at some other things that I can do in order to work with this energy. The gift that keeps on giving too. Don't we love those, Justine? Oh, yes. This is what I hear. Yes, I'm glad. I mean, it's really been incredibly easy for me so far. It's honestly almost a little strange how easy and gentle this whole process has been. And so I haven't had a whole lot to navigate or worry about so far. My little starseed is generally very conscientious of me, I think. I keep joking and saying that I hope she listens as well when she comes out as she does while she's in here. Yeah, you didn't sleep either. Yeah, and I mean, with all the energies going on right now, it's difficult to anyway. I don't know. Hello, Pamela. I don't know how you guys have been doing with these energies this past week, but they have been absolutely crazy. It's just been chaos erupting left, right, and center. Between all the chaos going on and just lots and lots of work this week, I apologize for I haven't really gotten much out in the way of videos for you guys. Ultimately, one day, my goal is to be able to do primarily YouTube, but we're not quite there yet. So there's other things as well. that I have to do. And yeah, just lots of people going through such dynamic shifts, you know, and us all figuring out where it is that we can be useful and helpful to others while still maintaining that level of self-care and keeping our own cup full. And we have a lot of, lethargic, poor sleeping. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, and so it's hello, Caroline. It's been a lot to navigate. It's absolutely been a lot to navigate. I think we've all been feeling it. And I was checking the astrology. It's been so balls to the walls as far as like everything that's been going on and happening this week that I haven't even looked at the astrology in quite a few days, but I was checking it today, and we did have on the 7th, as I recall now, we had that conjunction of Venus, the Sun, and Juno. And so that relationship angle as well. And I've definitely been feeling that and navigating some energies around that as well. A lot of those relationship energies of the Venus retrograde really coming to a head for people in romantic partnerships, and just bringing that into our consciousness, into our focus. Even if we're not in a committed relationship, that energy really pushing us to understand more deeply what it is that we desire and what it is that we deserve, where that is concerned, and our true wants and needs in that area of our lives, as well as career. But with Juno there's a lot. And so if we can really extend anything though, right? So if we're talking about Juno in relation to a commitment in general, then also committing to our careers, committing to our financial goals, and where it is that we're wanting to go in the world with that Capricorn and that Venus energy, right? So that for some people may have been a big focus as well. Yeah. Yeah. So, that energy, I think, has probably been influencing us. We have Saturn and Mercury very close together, right? So that's a lot of that really serious mental energy and mental focus. But we can utilize a Mercury and Saturn when they're in close conjunction in order to really accomplish some great things and really get our mind centered and focused on a task, especially in the sign of Aquarius, which is helping us to think bigger and grander. And so I do like that energy for us. And let me just, actually, I can do it like this. Let me just fast forward this a little bit here. Oh, it's going to hop me all around when I do that. Mercury 812. Yes. Yeah, so they're within range. That's what we're going to say about that. We're not going to take the time to go all the way through and keep tracing it back to see the rest of the relationship. But yeah, that energy can be applied very well, I think. It definitely has been, Pamela. Like you're pushed to understand what the heck you want and what the heck the other person is. Yeah. That basically sums a lot of it up, and it's really good to know, right? But it's also with that Venus retrograde and having that charge from Pluto, it's bringing up a lot of the shadow stuff as well that needs to be dealt with and addressed when it comes to our relationships. So that energy of the Venus retrograde definitely reached a climactic point on the 7th, and we still feel that those planets are still, the Sun, Venus, Juno, they're still within a few degrees of each other. So we're still feeling the effects of that. And just what it is, it's like that energy of where it is that we need to get more serious and committed in any area of our lives right now. And I've seen the ways that this has been pushing different people. I guess probably myself included. I've definitely, like I said, I've definitely experienced this as well. I'm really pushing us to look at what it is that we're committed to and how it is that we're going to take that control, that creative control of our lives and our destinies, each in our own individual ways. See through all illusions. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, that's great, Valoria. It sounds like you have an amazing boss. I love that. So we're going to pull some Astro Star Codes, oracles to get us started here in honor of all of this intense astrological energy that we're experiencing. And that Venus retrograde video is out for those of you who are interested in that. We've been talking about that a little bit this morning. Afternoon, whatever you want to call it. It's morning for somebody watching this. It's apparently still morning for me too. But yeah, that video is out. And we do have the nodes right now at 0 degrees of Gemini and Sagittarius, which means that they're about to shift now into Taurus and Scorpio. The nodes actually move backwards. And so we go backwards through the signs as they shift. And so, yeah, we're kind of summing up the lessons of that North Node in Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius energy. And there was a video on that in one of my playlist tabs. If you guys want to look back at that, I did a video on that last year, the energies of Gemini and Sagittarius. But that's the axis of knowledge and perception that we've been working with. So that's what we're talking about, rewiring those belief systems, right? Becoming more curious, becoming more open and teachable, moving away from dogma, away from intense religious energies into a more open spiritual type of an energy. A lot of different and profound things as we're shifting our perception, the way we see ourselves in the world. And so we're kind of getting the summary of that energy clear as that energy completes. And we move into Taurus and Scorpio, that North Node in Taurus. And yes, that video is at the top of my list of videos to get done when I get a moment here. Hoping to get a couple done for you guys for next week. All right. Yeah, Scorpios are intense. Very much love them, though. My mother is a double Scorpio, so sun and rising. Let's get some energies for today and for this upcoming week, since that seems to be kind of like what we're doing on here now, which I like. Get some energies for today and this upcoming week as we move through this week. What's going on? All right. First card out is the 5th house. Passion. Ooh, I like that. So there is a lot of potential for creativity this week. And I also feel like there may be some people, I'm sure this is a very, it's very likely, right? But that there really are some people watching this who have a very active 5th house in this upcoming week as well. So if you know your chart, you can look and see what signs you have ruling your 5th house, what you have going on there, and see if possibly there is a lot of action there. And if you guys don't know how to do that, you can always, I do live transit chart readings as some of my services. So go ahead and email me if you guys would like to do that with me and you're curious about your chart and you're not quite sure how to do all that stuff. But yeah, some people may be having very active 5th houses, but regardless, it's this 5th house energy, this creative energy that we're all really feeling a surge of as we move through this upcoming week. So I really like that for us. That's really fun. And remember, the 5th house is not just about creativity. It's also about children. It's about pleasure, joy. I like to say with the 5th house, it's about all the things that make life worth living. And so really learning how to tap into that. And this is guidance for us as well. As we're moving through this week, tap into that 5th house part of yourself. The 5th house is ruled by Leo, right? And it is a very childlike, enthusiastic, creative energy. So really work with your inner child this upcoming week. Find ways to be joyful. Find ways to bring energy to the things that you're passionate about and really nurture that passion within yourself. And bring more joy, bring more lightheartedness, bring more childlike wonder to your life, because that's going to counteract some of the more intense and heavier energies that we're going to be experiencing this week. Hello, Christina. Who else? Hi, Kim. I see you're dropping on there. Hello, Nikki. Yes. Yeah. Hello, King Shanes. So yeah, working with that creative energy, working with that inner child is going to be really helpful this week. If we're experiencing a lot of powerful and heavy emotions, channeling that into artistic expression is going to be a great outlet for us as well. And then we have the 3rd house, communication, coming out. And so communication is going to be a focus. The mind, this is the house that is ruled by Gemini. And we just talked about the fact that the nodes are now at 0 degrees. That North Node at 0 degrees of Gemini, getting ready to move back into Taurus. And so this energy, this Gemini energy, is definitely very potent this week. And this energy of communication, understanding with passion and communication next to each other. There's definitely the potential, it's looking like this upcoming week, for very passionate communication. We want to try to be communicating communicating that passion in a positive and constructive way. Right. But a lot of that. So some of us may be receiving passionate communication. We may have things that we want to communicate passionately. And we may simply be working on the art of communication, refining that art of communication. These two birds here feel very significant to me. And so, I don't know, take that for whatever it resonates, the two birds. But yeah, so working with that art of communication, also, like we said, with the art of the mind and perception, and really seeing and understanding how our perception has grown and shifted as we moved through 2020, and as we moved through the this North Node in Gemini energy as well. Then we have the Cancer card coming out, immerse. Yeah. So we have the communication card here, flanked by the 5th house card, passion, and the Cancer card. And so there's a lot of intense emotional communication that may happen this week. And that's why we really want to keep our wits about us. We want to make sure that we're saying what we really feel. Hello, Eve. Welcome. We want to make sure that we're saying what we really feel. And that we're communicating that effectively. And we may feel with this immerse energy with the Cancer card, we may feel very submerged in emotion. And we talked about this, right? We are also, the Mercury retrograde is going to be starting in a few days. So we're feeling that energy as well, right? Speaking of Mercury and Gemini energy, right? Being ruled by Mercury. So we have that coming up as well. And we've picked up on this energy already about how that Mercury retrograde is going to be very emotional too. It's going to be really digging up those suppressed and repressed emotions, like our thoughts. We're really going to see and have that evident connection between the mental and the emotional body, and how the mental body triggers the emotional body and vice versa. And so anytime we're experiencing intense emotion, one of the first things we can do is stop and really think about what we're thinking. Become aware. There we go. That's a better word for it. Become aware of what it is that we're thinking, because oftentimes our emotions, not always, but many times our emotions are created by our thoughts, and we don't even realize that our thoughts have run away with us to the point that they're creating this emotional turbulence within us. But we are being invited to immerse ourselves in our emotions in a positive way, in a beneficial way, to really learn how to work with the energy of our emotions in order to learn and to really create these beautiful emotional connections. I'm feeling that energy as well. Create deep emotional connections with others, really relate. Cancer is an energy that relates very well. They understand people. This is a nurturing energy. This is a mothering energy, but it's a deeply intuitive and connected energy. So really making those deep connections with other people, and exploring and understanding ourselves and others better as we move through this week. Hello, McKenna. Loving all the love in the chat. Hello, Miriam. You guys are amazing. All right. Yeah. So we got the Virgo card coming out, digest. And Virgo is another energy that is ruled by Mercury, right? This is Mercury's other sign. We got Gemini and Virgo that Mercury rules. And Virgo is, I was going to say, the more analytical side. It's the more grounded mental energy, right? But it is an energy where it seems like with this digest, I'm really feeling that energy. It feels like a lot of, as we immerse ourselves in our emotions this week, we're really being asked to digest those emotions and what they teach us, what they show us, the truths that we're able to more deeply understand within ourselves. Yeah. And I mean, for people who are receiving passionate communication this week as well, you may be receiving that from a Cancer or a Virgo. I'm feeling that energy too. I don't usually call out signs like that in that way, we work mostly with the energies, but it does kind of feel that way. Or you may be a Cancer or a Virgo. Yeah, but there's this energy of really digesting. It's like really noticing and paying attention to our reality, what's present in our reality, and kind of like turning that over, seeing and feeling how that resonates with us, practicing and learning the art of acceptance. Remember last week, what was the first card that we got? It was radical acceptance, right? I chose it and I love it. And so, yeah, working with that energy, digesting. There may also be not just what our emotions are showing us, right? But this communication, there may be this need to digest the communication that's coming through, that we're receiving from others, from spirit, from our own inner selves. And like we said, of course, from our own emotions. All right. Okay, interesting. Oh, this is beautiful. So we have the Sagittarius card, expand, and the Leo card, shine, coming out together. So expand and shine. And so this is what we're being invited to do this week. We're being invited to expand. We're being invited to make ourselves bigger, to allow ourselves to take up some space, right? We talk about this sometimes, this energy of taking up space, right? These are two fire signs coming out together. So there's a lot of that energy that we're being invited to. And we use the phrase on here a lot as well, like take center stage in our own lives. Really allow yourself to become, like, wherever it is, you may notice, and it may be brought to your attention, right, through the emotional body, through the mental body this week, in order for you to digest and understand better, right, where it is that you are dimming your shine, or where it is that you haven't allowed yourself to expand, and expansion is being called for. And sometimes, right, if we resist our expansion, that's when things get uncomfortable, right? But if we can move and flow with that and allow that process to occur, it can be a really beautiful thing. One way or another, we're being called to let ourselves shine. We're being called to pay attention to where we're being shown that we've held ourselves back or shrunk ourselves down, dimmed our light, right? And really let that, like, crank up the wattage, essentially. Crank up the wattage. Yes. And then Scorpio, investigate on the bottom of the deck here. So there's a lot that we're learning this week, you guys. There is a lot that we are learning and understanding about ourselves. Yes, within our relationships as well, that energy continuing on. And yeah, everything that we're learning, everything that's coming into our reality, everything that we're creating. Remember, we got the 5th house card at the beginning of this reading, and we also have the Leo card. Leo rules that 5th house. So there's a lot of that powerful 5th house energy coming through for us right now. And so this energy of creating, we're learning more about ourselves. We're learning more about the different ways that we shine, the different ways that we prevent ourselves or hold ourselves back from shining, and the things that we're passionate about. There's a lot of passion that's available to us this week. And we really, really want to be creatively expressing. Finding some sort of creative outlet is going to be so important for us in this upcoming week. I want to pull a couple Starseed oracles as well for you guys. See what guidance we have for our Starseeds from the stars. Clear. Hello, Sazru. What additional guidance do we have? What I know about the truth is subject to revision. That's the quote that just popped into my head. And that really kind of sums up one of the major lessons that we were meant to learn with the North Node in Gemini and the South Node in Sagittarius. And that can be applied to the self as well, right? The truth that we know about ourselves, that's subject to revision as well. Right? Where can we let go of what we think we know about ourselves so we can expand into that unknown, the unknown aspects of the self. Don't allow anyone or anything to take up space in your head rent-free. Absolutely. Get grounded, first card coming out. especially for our empaths and highly sensitive people, which is pretty much everyone watching this, right? We really want to stay grounded with these energies this week, you guys. So we're always getting reminded, what practices do you have in your daily routine that help to keep you grounded, right? That help to keep you centered. If you don't have those daily practices in place, then start putting them in place. If you've fallen away from that, reconnect with that and really make sure that you're clearing your energy, because there's going to be, we're really going to be picking up on a lot of this. You know, we talk about all of this chaos that's going on right now. We can get swept away in that really easily if we're not grounded. And being so sensitive, we can pick up on that from everyone and everything. So then we have Forge, Don't Follow coming out. Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. And the Golden Children, Inner Child, Tenderness, Innocence, Rare Gifts. All right. And so that childlike energy, this is the prevalent energy that wants to be discussed today, is that energy of reclaiming that innocence, of really working with our inner child, bringing that joy, bringing that lightness into this week. There's a lot of energies, a lot of intensity, a lot of revelation, right? And a lot of acceptance that's being called for, as well as a lot of beautiful creative energy. Okay. But with some of these more intense and sobering, if you will, energies that we may be experiencing, we really want to balance that and counteract that with this joyful energy, this childlike energy. We really want to be working with that. And we're really being asked to be gentle and loving and tender, not only with others, but with ourselves as we move through this next week. Really tend to that inner child. And this is also, I really love this. I have to say this before we go on with these two cards together. This also really speaks to me of those children, those beautiful starseed children, that we are grooming this next generation of children who are helping to create, right? The golden children who are helping to create this new earth by forging that new path. And we are those children as well, right? In various levels of different grown capacities, right? Different generations of those golden children, right? Those indigo children, those crystal children. And we are, of course, we have more and more coming. And this is each and every single one of us, right? We're all here to forge this new path, right? To create these new templates for reality, to help move this planet into that fifth dimension by living in that energy ourselves, by embracing that energy ourselves. And what is the energy of the fifth dimension? Creativity, joy, bliss, right? Unity, yes. Love, yes. But it's all about that beautiful creative energy. And so really tapping into and working with that energy, working with our inner child, looking at the ways, how is it that we specifically came here to help forge that new path, right? Are we walking that path? Are we being the leader that we wish we had? Or are we still following the crowd? And for some of us, there is going to be a call to separate ourselves from the status quo, from the crowd, somewhere where we have been a follower. And we know we were meant to be a leader. And we'll know, each and every single one of us will know where this exists for us, if this is something that we're being called to do. Yeah. And I love this on the bottom of the deck, all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. So really working on that, working on following our own intuition, connecting with our own inner selves, and developing that inner authority, right? I really love that phrase, inner authority, right? True authority comes from here. There's a lot of other energies that want to say that they have authority over you, right? But we are our own authority. So I like that. I like that. Learning, getting the answers from within. They're getting, like, there's so much messaging coming in, right? From our mental body, from our emotional body. So many ways that we can really connect with ourselves and our truth. Our truth is really speaking to us this week, if we are willing to take that time to listen and to pay attention to what we're being shown. Yeah, and so many of us, we are this week really going to be feeling that call to move forward and forge that new path. Whatever that new path will be for us specifically. To take that road less traveled, or at least less traveled by us. And the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. So there's definitely some activations coming through for people. Some really powerful awakenings and realizations. So we got a lot of powerful energies coming, as we always do, right? From all around, right? From our beautiful friends in the stars. And so, yeah, they're really coming through saying, like, we are sending powerful wavelengths of energy and light to activate you at this time, if you are open to receiving these activations. And so, for some people, it's almost like this massive breakthrough that I'm feeling for some people, where all of a sudden something's just going to become crystal clear. Almost like it feels like so clear and so obvious that it's sort of like this kind of an energy. Like, you're like, how did I not see that? How did I not understand that before? Right? It's just something's going to shift. There's going to be some sort of internal shift that happens that really, and for some people, this is the result of an activation that you already received that just hasn't fully integrated yet. And in this next week, there is going to be a deeper and fuller integration of this energy that's sort of been kind of like sitting and marinating in the light body, in the mental body, but it hasn't fully anchored in yet. And so this week is going to be a process of that anchoring in for people. And for just like, it's just incredible insights. And it's what this feels like to me, though, is this is not insights about things that we've been sitting and ruminating over and obsessing over. This is insights about things that we didn't even know we needed insight around. This is like bringing awarenesses to us that are completely outside of our realm of anything that we've been wondering about or worrying about. Just stuff that we didn't even know we didn't know. That's sort of an energy, or we didn't understand that we didn't understand. That kind of clarity coming through is what I'm feeling. So that's fun and fascinating right there. Yeah. But once we do know, it's like we realize it's a remembering, right? It's always a remembering. So when we remember something, we realize that we knew it all along. But it's like the way that we've been operating in the world without this remembrance that's coming through for some, it's like it almost seems laughable once this kind of sets in. Because we're just like, oh my God, like I've been going about this from a completely wrong angle, or I've been looking at so much in my life from such a skewed perspective because I didn't just understand this one now very obvious thing. It's like that kind of an energy for some. And yeah, absolutely, inner flame. Absolutely. And then what do we have here? Weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. So we talked about this energy, right? Especially the empaths and the highly sensitives, with all the chaos going on, with everyone really going through it in their own way, right? We have plenty of options of how we want to spread out our energy, right? There's plenty of people that require assistance right now. There's plenty that we can take responsibility for. That's something that I'm feeling for some people too, is really understanding where it is that you take responsibility for things that are not yours. And remember, it's very important that we do own our actions and take responsibility for our creations and our reality and the things that we say and do, right? That's an energy of maturity and integrity. But sometimes we take ownership of things that don't belong to us. And sometimes we do this so consistently that we don't even recognize that we're doing it. And so if you may find this week that you are taking on things, or you're noticing that you've been taking on things that are not yours. And you may be ready to let some of that go. And yeah, like we said, for many people too, this is energetically where you're realizing that you're carrying the energetic weight of others or of the collective, or where you're spreading yourself too thin, trying to be there for everybody and everyone. With the whole world, like we said, erupting in chaos right now, there's no shortage of people who could use your help, your time, and your energy. But if you give your help, your time, and your energy to all of them, you will have nothing left for you, right? So that's where the boundaries come in. And that's where this understanding what is yours to own and what is not comes in, right? This is understanding in relationship, right? We got a lot of relationship energy going on this week, where it is that somebody is projecting, right? Projecting onto you something that belongs to them, right? We want to be aware of this as well. We want to be aware of where it is that we need to take responsibility in our relationships, and where it is that we're being asked to take responsibility for things that maybe the other person needs to take responsibility for, right? So there's a lot of that going on right now as well. Hello, Jamie, welcome. And I'm really seeing and understanding that. What is mine? What is not? What is my side of the street? What is somebody else's side of the street? Where do we meet in the middle? All of these different energies are going to be explored throughout this week. And we really like the way she's bathing in this energy now. I wish we all had a body of water that looked like that to bathe in. How amazing would that be, you guys? Oh my God. I would love to energetically transport myself wherever she is in this card right now. But the least we can do, right, is take a salt bath or something like that. Like really releasing and cleansing ourselves, cleansing our physical vessels, doing some sort of physical ritual or ceremony to release and let go of energy, right? That could be really powerful this next week. Really finding a way to physically represent letting that go, or any type of actual ceremony if anyone's partaking. I know my friend Tommy is getting ready to do a sacred ceremony. I think it's next week though. I don't think it's this coming week, but who knows? I could be wrong about that. It could be a literal ceremony, right? But you could create any type of ceremony. Wherever you are, some sort of physical representation of releasing and letting go of this energy, some sort of purging, some sort of detox, some sort of release. Like that is necessary for many people right now. Yeah, and then on the bottom of the deck here, we have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites extremes of life. So really feeling those extremes this week. Really feeling that intensity, noticing that intensity, sort of broiling and continuing to broil and boil all around us, right? And knowing and understanding our place in all of that. And really knowing and understanding how to, where it is that we need to surrender. Where it is that we need to surrender and where it is that we need to push forward, right? Understanding that difference. And I want to actually, wrong book. I want to actually see if I can read this card for you guys, if I can find it. I'm really being drawn to the phrase holding the opposites, right? So seeing the duality, seeing the appreciating the extremes, appreciating the contrast is what that feels like to me. Like if we are experiencing something painful, appreciating the contrast of that makes us appreciate the good, right? Right. The bitterness that helps us appreciate the sweetness. So let's see what this card has to say. It says, and there's great healing being offered to us as well by spirit. The great mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. And this is why we come here, you guys, right? For the good, for the bad, for the ugly, for the beautiful, for the in-between. Because on this planet Earth, we get it all. And we came here to experience it all. So remembering that and holding gratitude, remember, I love it and I chose it, regardless of what it is. Radical acceptance. So often we see things as either good or bad, When things go well, we make it mean that we're rewarded. And when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow. And did we not get the expand card? Expand and shine, right? We're all here to expand, grow, and shine. And it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life, the agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. And the activation affirmation here is, I'm ready to embrace the extremes of life. I lay all that I'm carrying into the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. And I'm literally seeing people like dropping down to their knees in surrender and gratitude as well. And I'm once again seeing that ceremony, that ritual of laying that on her altar. Like I'm seeing that as a physical thing for some people. Hello, Sandy. Hello, Johnny. Hello, Sophie. Welcome, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful souls. I'm literally seeing that as a physical process. Yeah, you too, Eve. And so I would recommend doing that for some people, of really having that literal surrender, that physical process of dropping to your knees, of creating a ritual. Some people, it's like metaphorically speaking, we're going to be on our knees this week, or we've been on our knees this past week, right? We may be finding ourselves there right now. And this is not, a lot of people look at that as like it's a submissive thing. It's a bad thing. That is an ultimate act of surrender, right? When you finally give up and you're like, all right, I've had enough. I can't control this. I can't do this on my own. I am surrendering to life. I am surrendering to the fact that I'm overwhelmed. I'm surrendering to the fact that things are intense right now. And that's okay, right? And that's okay. And then seeing that all as beautiful and glorious and part of why you came here, part of why we came here, right? We came here to feel all of this. And that's a really beautiful reminder for myself and for, I think, anyone else who's going through a level of intensity this week. Yeah, a lot of us have been there before, and some of us may be there again as we're moving through this coming weekend. If you are, that's a beautiful place to be, because from that place, that's when we build ourselves back up, right? When we have that initial moment of pure surrender, that's when the spirit can really come in and work some magic in our lives, right? Because when we surrender completely like that, we become completely willing. And when we are completely willing, miraculous things can happen. So for some of us, that's the energy of what Spirit has been doing. Spirit has been breaking us down to that place of perfect surrender, to get us to that place of perfect willingness and surrender, where real miracles and real change can then happen. Yeah. So that's possible. So really embracing that phrase of I chose it and I love it this week. Whatever is going on in our reality. Whatever is going on in our reality. All right. The cosmic heart coming out. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. So really moving into that energy of devotion and really moving into that energy of the heart. Everything that's happening this week is calling us deeper and deeper into our hearts and connecting us to that cosmic heart, right? To the ultimate heart, the ultimate energy, that ultimate beautiful source energy. So really devoting ourselves more deeply to our path. I feel this week, it's really interesting the way I'm seeing this card right now. It looks almost like she's throwing her arm back and snapping, and she's just creating this like huge portal, this huge explosion of energy behind her. So this is like the power that we hold when we're able to tap more fully into our hearts. That's what this card is reminding me of right now. And the ease and grace that we can experience and move through life with when we're living from the heart. right? A lot of us, with a lot of the things that are happening right now in our outer realities in the world, it's pushing us out of our hearts and more deeply into our heads, right? And we're getting an awareness this week and throughout this Mercury retrograde we're feeling, right? Which is a few days away, I do believe. I know I should know the exact dates for you guys, but like I said, it's been crazy lately. But I love you. You love me. We're all here. We're all just navigating this together. Yes, Jamie will know. When is it? Do you know when the Mercury retrograde is starting? Is it the 12th or the 14th, Jamie? That's beginning? But either way, it's like there's going to be that tumultuous energy as we're pushed back into our heads. And then we're realizing how that energy then affects our emotional state, right? And really delving deeply into that. And if you guys have not checked out Jamie's channel yet, Expanded Awareness, check it out. She is incredible. She's been doing some awesome videos. She's been way more on it than me lately, as far as like covering all the things that I've been meaning to cover, but I haven't gotten to yet. So, check a sister out, support a fellow member of this tribe. She's beautiful. She's amazing. She is killing it right now. But yeah, so understanding that, but being pushed back into that head, but really being called back into the heart, learning how to do that, learning how to move from the head back into the heart again, and how you can literally move mountains. You can create, it's like she's creating an entire portal, right? We talk about the portal of the heart all the time. We can time travel. We can do anything when we're anchored in that heart energy. That's where the miracles occur. So really learning how to tap into that, how to connect the beating of our heart with the beat of the cosmic heart, right? And hello, Bad Influence. It's nice to see you, Lita. Nice to see you as well. All right. So let's check out our... I want to do a Kuan Yin card for you guys before we do the blessing and the crystal card. I don't know why I'm just being called to do. And of course, this is clear. Kuan Yin is the ultimate goddess of compassion, right? Beautiful, divine, feminine goddess. And so it makes sense when we're working so deeply with this heart energy that we would want a little guidance from Kuan Yin to close out this reading. Hello. There is no such thing as late. You're right on time. And it's always recorded so we can always catch the rest of it. Yes, compassion. That deep level of compassion for ourselves. As well as others, of course. So we have two cards coming out here. We have the turquoise Lotus Mother. And we have Spin the Silken Thread Divine. And that's a nice, beautiful full moon that she's sitting in front of, right? And that full moon is coming up on the 17th. And we will be doing a full moon manifesting and releasing, consciousness raising and releasing ceremony. For those who want to join, the info is in the description box below. Hello, Kathy. Thank you for joining us. So happy to have you here. All right, so let's see. And then the 8 immortals on the bottom of the deck, which is interesting. Let's see what the turquoise Lotus Mother has to say. All right. Turquoise Lotus Mother brings precious healing to you now. Allow yourself to be lifted out of the struggle, beloved one. An old pattern is finally in its death throes, something that weighed heavily on you from your past. This can be one of the most testing times to allow something to go, just when it seems to be so demanding of your time, focus, and attention. Yet do not doubt you have actually learned the lessons it required of you, and now you are being blessed with an opportunity to receive karmic healing. So that's really beautiful and powerful. There are some lessons in our process of spiritual growth that cut right to the core of our being, that challenge us so deeply that even as we learn the lessons and practice the wisdom, we can still struggle to outgrow the grip of the pattern. No matter how hard we try, we might not feel that we are ever going to be able to completely release the challenge. And no matter how much we grow, there is still a thread of the past that hangs on. And we have been going much more deeply into these old patterns that we thought that we had resolved, right? For a deeper level of healing. A lot of us have noticed this. Hello, Wolf Mother. Welcome. A lot of us have noticed this going on. right? So this is going to be really relevant to a lot of us. Any of us who have noticed that old thing coming back up again, where we're like, did I not deal with this? Have I not healed this? This is what we're talking about right now. Let's see. We need a spiritual rescue remedy if we are ever to be free of the clutches of this persistent pain. The compassionate and spiritually powerful nature of Ma Kuan Yin as the turquoise lotus mother seeks to bless you with karmic healing so that you may be lifted from your struggles and can simply leave them behind you now. Your soul has learned what it needed from the situation and it has asked for a divine hand up so that it might continue on its divine path of growth without unnecessary karmic weight pulling it down. Listen to your guidance now. Notice if you feel inspired to visit a healer. Listen repeatedly to particular healing music, go to a class or meditate at home at a particular time, or just more often. These are attempts by the Divine Mother to reach you through available channels. Divine blessings of karmic healing can flow from the spiritual world directly to your soul, but oftentimes they are more effective when coming through a human channel of high vibrational level, directly into your energy field on the physical plane. So this may be a guide for some people to reach out for healing. And I do offer a whole bunch of different things if you connect with my energy and feel drawn to that. If not, pay attention, notice who you are drawn or connected to. You may be connected with someone, or you may have someone present themselves in your reality at this time who may be a facilitator for this type of healing. Or like it says, we got a card about listening to the self, right? Your own higher self may be guiding you in the ways that you can integrate your own healing and initiate your own healing process and really kind of like heal and rid ourselves of this energy once and for all, right? Which, thank God. All right, so let's see. Be as open as you can to the guidance to allow the Divine Mother. Sorry, let me rewind here. Be as open as you can be to the guidance to allow the divine karmic healing of the turquoise lotus mother to reach you. Her turquoise nature cleanses and protects your energy field, and her lotus heart shines through to your own heart, bringing you peace. The Divine Mother within her simply wishes to nurture you into greater spiritual freedom. And so I feel like the energy of turquoise, we're being given right here, the crystal to work with this week. Work with the energy of turquoise, especially if you're relating to this card right now. This oracle also indicates that if you have been working with crystals, turquoise in particular, to continue to do so, as it is empowering for you and it is helping you to heal, whether you are completely conscious of this as yet or not. All right. And then spin the silken thread divine. So this card says, in creating precious silks, there is a sorting process, sifting out that which is broken to find that which is precious and pure. You are commencing a new cycle, beloved, and it is time to allow for that which is more precious and pure, that which you wish to take with you into the future, to continue and to release that which does not align with your true heart. Sometimes we need to help ourselves access a new cycle by releasing vows from this or other lifetimes, releasing old emotional patterns, and calling in wisdom and talents from past lifetimes. You are guided to accept this healing now. So this is really beautiful and really powerful, and it works really beautifully with this card as we are completing these old cycles. This is part of what may be necessary in order to complete those old cycles. This is part of some of that healing. And then this is about releasing that and then embracing what's next. Your past is calling to you. It is calling to be cleared, to be released, and for the beauty and power of the past to be claimed in the present moment, woven together like a precious, rare silk. And that's really important, right? Because it's talking about how we're clearing and releasing the past, but we're still claiming and bringing forward all the virtues, all of the lessons, all of the wisdom, right? We're not discarding what we've learned and how we've grown. We're only discarding the attachment to it and the reliving of those past cycles, right? All the experiences, mistakes, adventures, and successes of your past in this and other lifetimes have given your soul plenty of material from which to draw its wisdom, like fine silken threads being woven into a beautiful fabric. It has had to grow in awareness, light, capacity, and love in order to be where it is now. You are being guided by Kuan Yin now to realize that your past is nothing to be ashamed of. Even the worst mistakes that you may have judged yourself or others for have been opportunities to really grow in love. And this energy of shame is one of the things that keeps us tied to our past. that keeps us from being unable to move on. The precious silk could not be formed without the rough layers of the cocoon within which the pure thread is spun by the silkworm. So too have you been able to weave something truly beautiful within the experiences of your life, even those which you no longer need to carry with you as memories or scars. There comes a time to extract the pure thread and cast aside that which is unusable. You are at a point, beloved, where you must choose to empty out the old emotional baggage and take forward with you the gifts, skills, wisdom, and talents that you have developed throughout many lifetimes, so that you may move into the new cycle that is calling you forward. Sometimes so that you may expand and shine, right? For some of us, our hesitancy, our inability to expand and shine has to do with these past energies that we're still holding on to, this past baggage, right? So it's time to clear that away. Let's see. Sometimes that can feel very unfamiliar and cause us some anxiety, as we do not have the old emotional or behavioral patterns to hold on to as we go through life, right? We have to find new ways to move through life. Yet there is no need to be fearful of this process, because as you release the old, a beautiful new patterning will be emerging from within you. You will have new emotions, new ways of being available to you, born of your past experiences, but not limited by them. I like that, right? Born of your past experiences, but not limited by them. Kuan Yin, mistress of spinning the spiritual silk, is with you, and the process can be filled with peace, love, and joy. You will feel lighter for this process and more able to be your divine self in all parts of your life. So really working with the energy of Kuan Yin. That's why she was calling to us. Kuan Yin wants to work with people this week. If you're working on these energies of letting go of the past, of healing the shame and guilt from the past, right? Of releasing these old cycles, of doing this karmic healing, Kuan Yin wants to be a guide for you, to assist you in this, to assist you in overcoming whatever it is that you've been working to release and move beyond. And of course, she also wants to work through other people in your life as well. And so reach out to somebody. If you feel called to a particular spiritual healer or guide, they may be able to assist you directly as well. And I do want to just look at the 8 Immortals card real quick. Yeah, this is good confirmation. So I'm going to read just the beginning of this for confirmation for people. The message you have been receiving that you are unconditionally loving, fearless, and encouraging of you to grow and be your true self are from your higher guidance. The 8 Immortals and other beings of divine light and divine love are guiding you. It is safe to follow these messages now. Doing so will bring you greater joy. So if you have been receiving messages from your higher self, from your higher guidance, from your team, and you've been questioning them, right? And these are positive messages. Remember, your guides and your team, your higher self, are never going to send you messages that make you feel, if you feel uncomfortable, if they are derogatory, or they are like, they don't sit right, they don't feel good. That's not from your higher self. That's not from your guidance team, because they are unconditionally loving. So these would be supportive, unconditionally loving messages. All right. If you have been supporting those types of messages, if you have been feeling like you're being nudged in a particular direction and you have been questioning that, right? Those issues of self-worth, those issues of, am I good enough? Am I just making this up? Is this really, could this really be for me or about me? Like those kinds of issues, like your guidance team is coming through and they really want to confirm for you. No, we are telling you, you are amazing. You are capable. You are ready for this. Whatever it is that they are telling you, you are ready to do. You are ready to do it. So stop questioning yourself. Stop questioning your guidance. Stop questioning your own intuition. Yes, and like this confirms, the guidance will be uplifting and helpful. Sometimes it will ask you to take a step that feels challenging, and yet true guidance always proves itself in that it only asks of you what is right and just for your highest good. It always serves the highest good of all involved in any situation, no matter what our fears might be. So it may be challenging, it may be intimidating because we haven't done it, because we question ourselves and our capabilities, right? But that doesn't mean that it's not meant for us, right? That is, we need to step out of that energy of questioning ourselves and know that we are capable of absolutely anything that we put our minds to. Yeah, so this is about really opening up to the signs and the synchronicities and the guidance all around you. This is about taking those steps. This is about knowing and understanding when that even if it feels like that's the kind of challenging that we want it, that shows you that something's right for you, right? That kind of challenging we can expect. The kind that brings up those fears and those insecurities within us that we need to overcome. If it's so like that's that clarity of like, is this guidance coming from a higher place, or is it coming from, because we know there's a lot of interference too, but we can tell by the resonance, we can tell by whether or not it's for our highest good, whether or not it feels uplifting, even if it does feel scary. Yeah. And so the 8 Immortals are also offering their guidance to people who need additional guidance at this time. All right. So that's a beautiful confirmation for some people that you are receiving powerful guidance. Trust it if it feels good. Trust it if it's asking you to step outside of your comfort zone in a way that is ultimately positive, right? Then absolutely trust it. If it's saying weird, funky things to you, be questioning of that. Use your discernment. But those good, uplifting messages and confirmations and nudges that you're getting, those are from your guides. Trust yourself, trust your intuition, and know that you are capable, right? It is time to expand and it is time to shine. I know that got a little convoluted at the end there, guys, but you know what I was trying to say. All right. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here with me. We do have to wrap this up for today, but you guys are so incredible. I love the way that you do love and support each other in the chat. You guys are just, you're so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Bad Influence. That's very sweet. 97%, huh? Oh, I'm not that greedy. I'm not that greedy, but you know, I will never turn down clear generosity anywhere when it is offered to a certain extent that feels reasonable. I still think that one day we need to all just throw down and create buy some beautiful land together and get away from all this nonsense, right? Hello, Sharon Eyes Makeup. Welcome. Yes, I love you, Karen. Oh, it's beautiful to see you. Hey, Kathy. I love you all so much. You guys are beautiful. You're incredible. I hope that you have an incredible day, an incredible week. I will do my best to get some more of those videos out there for you guys. You are on my mind all the time, even if I am, just kind of struggling to keep up with life a little bit right now. It's it is what it is, right? We're all, it all ebbs and it flows, but you guys are incredible. I appreciate you so much. Portugal. Yes, I've been hearing a lot about Portugal. Actually, that's so funny that you bring that up, Johnny. Somebody else that I talked to actually recently is moving there, and it's very affordable. So that's actually really fascinating that you brought that up. Don't go abroad till 2029. I don't know. I'm probably going to be settled for a little bit. So clear. I don't know. I don't know if 2029, if I can make that promise, but if that's what's meant to be, if I'm not meant to go until then I guess I won't. There's so much that's up in the air right now. So who knows where we're going to be going or what we're going to be doing, right? Clear. All right. I will talk to you all very soon, and I hope that you have an incredible Sunday. Bye.